And right now, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel. He says the U.S. is standing behind the Israeli people.
The Secretary of State says at least 27 Americans are dead and that the mission to find more than 100 people held captive by Hamas continues at this hour. And the images, Felicia, that we're seeing coming out of Israel right now are very difficult to watch. So we want to go ahead and warn our viewers. This video is disturbing.
Now, Laura Aguirre has more on the Israel-Hamas war.
There is no excuse. There is no justification for these atrocities. This must be a moment for moral clarity.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Tel Aviv Thursday, meeting with Israeli leaders and survivors of Hamas's bloody attacks on thousands of civilians this week.
First priority are our friends and family that are now in Gaza.
More than 100 hostages, Americans among them, are being held by Hamas. Their exact whereabouts in Gaza unknown. And with another wave of Israeli airstrikes raining down on Gaza Thursday, fear for their safety worsens.
They use hostages as human shields, and they're very willing to give the hostages up to be sacrificed.
We're doing everything we can to secure the release of the hostages, working closely with our Israeli partners.
Hamas is ISIS. And just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed.
The Prime Minister's office released more evidence of barbaric acts by Hamas militants, including photographs of burned infants. Images that have other Israeli officials pushing back against concerns that Israel's retaliatory strikes are killing civilians in Hamas-run Gaza.
It was an unprovoked attack, a major massacre against civilians. We have no other choice.
We stand with Israel in its determination to do everything possible to ensure that what happened on Saturday never happens again.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And this afternoon, we're learning Gaza will not be provided any electricity, water, or fuel until Israeli hostages held by Hamas are returned. The EU is calling on Israel to allow Gaza to have access to food, water, and medicine, according to international humanitarian law. The EU says it is standing in solidarity right now with Israel.
Here's a live look at Monument Circle, where people will be gathering in about 90 minutes. It's being called a rally for Palestine, and it's being put on by the Party for Socialism and Liberation at Butler University. We're going to have much more on this rally ahead on 13 News at 5.